On paper, CBAM was designed to prevent carbon leakage and to provide companies outside the EU with an incentive to reduce CO2 emission, this way creating a level playing field for the European Union raw material producers versus non-EU producers. But as a matter of fact, CBAM aims to make up for the higher manufacturing costs in the EU caused by the reduction of ETS free allowances. The way it would achieve this is by making equally more expensive carbon-intensive raw material coming into the EU, including iron and steel, cement, aluminum, fertilizer, and electricity. As a direct effect, production costs for all manufacturing companies in the EU who rely on these materials to produce their products will increase, making manufacturing in Europe more expensive, and products manufactured abroad and imported into the EU more competitive than EU-made ones, as the CBAM will only apply to raw materials, not on finished goods. This would, in the end, generate an incentive for manufacturers to move their factories outside of Europe, with the potential loss of millions of European jobs. Let's take the case of a washing machine manufactured in Europe. Production requires on average 25 kg of steel, 4 kg of cement, and 3 kg of aluminum, materials that will all be subject to CBAM. Under the current ETS, CO2 price amounts to roughly €90 per ton of CO2. This means EU-based manufacturers will face at least a 5 to 10% increase in the manufacturing cost of raw materials to produce one single washing machine. Not only the proposed CBAM would incentivize the relocation of factories and drive investments outside the EU, but by doing so, it would simply move carbon emissions elsewhere. For those factories, it will be better to remain competitive rather than become more environmental friendly. For maximum effect, we believe the European Commission should present a comprehensive legislative proposal ahead of the removal of ETS-free allowances, in order to give certainty to investors that manufacturing in the EU will be equally competitive than manufacturing outside of the EU. That would secure the competitiveness of all European industries, preserve European jobs, and show EU global sustainability leadership while also satisfying WTO trade requirements. The EU is at the forefront of the fight against climate change, but climate change is a global problem that demands global solutions. As it stands, the new emission cap would not only fall short of the very objective of the policy, but also drive production and investment outside of Europe, generating significant global environmental impacts. For this reason, an all-encompassing approach shall be undertaken. Now it is time to act to safeguard the future of Europe.